It's 12:01 p.m. on a Tuesday. You're sitting outside eating lunch, maybe scrolling your phone, maybe talking to someone, maybe just watching people walk by. Everything looks completely normal. The sky is blue, the sun is out, somewhere nearby someone is laughing. A car drives past. A pigeon lands on the table next to you. And then, something changes. Something you can't see. Something you've never once thought about in your entire life. It's gone. The oxygen is gone. And you have exactly 5 minutes. Now here's the thing most people get wrong about this. Your first instinct is probably, okay, people start suffocating, lights go out, the end. But it's so much worse than that. And it starts in the first 10 seconds. Your lungs are still pulling in air. The nitrogen is still there. The air still moves when you breathe. But the one molecule keeping you alive? Missing. And your body has no idea what's happening yet. Because here's the thing about oxygen deprivation, it doesn't feel like choking. It doesn't feel like drowning. It feels like nothing. At first. At this exact moment, the people who feel it first aren't in your city. They're 8,000 meters above sea level. Mountain climbers near the summit, pilots in unpressurized cockpits, premature babies in hospitals that aren't on backup oxygen yet. 10 seconds in, and people at altitude are already losing consciousness. But here's what nobody talks about. It's not just the breathing. Every single combustion reaction on this planet requires oxygen. Every fire, every engine, every candle in every church, every gas stove in every kitchen. All of them gone. Simultaneously. In 10 seconds, every car engine on Earth stalls mid-drive. Every airplane engine cuts out. Every power plant running on combustion just dies. Think about what that means. No electricity from combustion plants. Hospitals on backup generators for now. Traffic lights going dark across every city simultaneously. And in the sky, hundreds of planes. Thousands of passengers flying on autopilot through air that can no longer keep them alive. The pilots already unconscious. 1 minute in. And now things get really strange. Because oxygen isn't just in the air. Most people don't know this. Oxygen makes up 46% of Earth's crust. It's literally inside the rocks beneath your feet. It's in the concrete your city is built on. It's in the glass of every window. It's in the steel of every beam. When it disappears from those molecular bonds, the structures holding everything together start to weaken. The ground shifts. Not an earthquake. Not an explosion. Just the earth quietly falling apart. Concrete sidewalks crack from underneath. Buildings groan. The sound is deep and structural, like something ancient giving up. Skyscrapers develop fractures up their sides, not collapsing yet, just breathing wrong. And you're still standing, confused. Your vision is starting to feel a little weird. That's hypoxia starting. Your brain consumes 20% of your body's oxygen supply. And right now it's getting none. The first thing to go is clear thinking. Sentences become hard to finish. Then your vision starts to tunnel. The edges of the world go dark and soft. Then something strange happens. Some people start laughing. Not because anything is funny, it's just what oxygen deprivation does to the human brain. A chemical response to the wrong kind of silence. A kind of strange, dreamlike calm replaces the panic. This is actually one of the most documented effects of hypoxia. Pilots call it the silent killer because it feels good right before it kills you. And then there's the ocean. Water is H2O, 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. Without the atmospheric pressure from oxygen above, the surface layer of every ocean, every lake, every river on Earth begins violently evaporating. Not boiling from heat, boiling from the absence of pressure. A hiss that spans entire coastlines. Steam rising from the Atlantic, steam rising from the Pacific, the Amazon River turning to vapor. The Mediterranean beginning to disappear. Every body of water on the planet simultaneously losing its surface layer. 2 minutes. Most people above 3,000 meters are already dead. At sea level, people are still conscious, but barely. The confusion has deepened now. People aren't panicking because they can't. The brain doesn't have enough oxygen to generate panic anymore. And here's the part that I find genuinely haunting. The end doesn't come with screaming. It doesn't come with running. It doesn't come with chaos. People just sit down on the nearest bench, on the sidewalk, on the floor of the restaurant, on the grass in the park, quietly, without drama. And they watch the world go soft around them. A woman puts down her coffee. A man stops mid-sentence. A child sits down in the middle of the street and looks up at the sky. Because the sky is doing something. 3 minutes in, the sky changes color. Oxygen is responsible for how sunlight scatters to our atmosphere. It's part of why the sky is blue in the first place. Without it, the blue starts to shift. First it goes pale. Then a strange yellow-white like old paper. Then deep violet creeps in from the horizon. Then darker. Then the edges of the sky begin turning black, not like night, but like something being taken away. And I know this sounds terrible, but by every scientific account of what this would look like, it would be one of the most beautiful things anyone had ever seen. A violet sky over a dying world. People who were still conscious, those last few who managed to get low, who were breathing the last pockets of trapped air near the ground, they're watching it, lying on their backs, eyes open, watching the most beautiful sky in the history of the Earth. 4 minutes. Over 1 billion people are unconscious. The only ones still awake are in sealed, pressurized environments. Submarines deep underwater, the International Space Station, military bunkers with independent air supplies, a handful of high-altitude research stations with sealed oxygen reserves. They're watching their instruments, watching the surface readings, watching everything go dark. Every hospital on Earth silent, every emergency service offline, every system humans ever built to protect each other completely frozen. And outside, birds are falling from the violet sky mid-flight. Hundreds of thousands of them, all at once. Every land animal is collapsing. Lions in the savannah, bears in the forest, dogs in backyards. Forests are visibly dying in real time. The leaves aren't falling, they're just stopping, going still. Like someone pressed pause on the entire living world. The entire surface of this planet going quiet all at once. 5 minutes. And then it comes back. The oxygen returns, instantly, completely, all at once. Like nothing ever happened. Except the fires don't come back on their own. They need a spark. The engines don't restart. Someone has to turn them on. The cracks in the ground, those stay. The people who are just losing consciousness gasp awake. That first breath, imagine the best breath of your entire life multiplied by 1,000. Pure, sudden, overwhelming. Most unconscious people will wake up within minutes. Confused, looking at each other, looking at the cracks in the street, looking at the strange colors slowly fading from the sky. But not everyone wakes up. Anyone with a weak heart, anyone already fragile, anyone whose brain went just a little too long without oxygen. They don't wake up. And the planes, the ones that were gliding silently downward for 5 minutes with no engines, not all of them made it. The estimate, the mine. Around 300 million people. 1 in every 25 humans on Earth. Gone. In 5 minutes. No war. No disease. No warning. Just silence. And then a breath. And then the realization of what just happened. We never think about oxygen. And that's exactly the point. Right now, this second, your body is running a process so precise, so continuous, so completely automatic that you have never once had to think about it. Not once. Not when you were sleeping. Not when you were underwater. Not when you were born. Your body just does it. Breathes. And every single thing you've ever done, every person you've ever loved, every thought you've ever had, exists because of a molecule you can't see, can't hold, can't even feel. Oxygen has no smell, no color, no taste. It is completely invisible to every sense you have. And yet without it, everything you are disappears in 5 minutes. A razor-thin layer of invisible gas wrapped around a rock floating in an infinite void. That's the only thing standing between everything and nothing. Take a breath. You just did. And you didn't even notice.